Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Redan. So today, of course, I'm going to be speaking about, again, another obscure low budget feature, of course. And yes, obviously, it's a blast from the past, again. So here we are, folks. So I just figured to do this because I like the horror drama. I like spooky stuff. Well, I guess this is technically a horror thriller, I guess. So anyway, whatever. So I'll be speaking about Hands of a Stranger, which is supposed to have been based on a book or something, but I have not read it, the source material, so I can't really say if it's faithful to it or not, if at all. I'm just throwing it out there, folks, just so you know. Anyway, so I guess this could be because I was a book adaptation. I guess. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, of course, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. Some crazy shit. So anyway, yes, we get to see that there's this surgeon, and let's just say that things get rather bizarre because a surgeon must craft a pair of hands, and it's for this pianist, of course, who does like conscious stuff and whatnot to replace his badly destroyed hands, of course. However, after the surgery, let's just say this individual, the pianist, comes to believe that his new hands have a mind of their own. So there you have it. And they are attempting to force him to commit these evil acts against his will. But of course he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do this any kind of thing whatsoever. So it just comes like this individual is just it would seem like he's about to taste the rewards of his handwork of his hard work when disaster strikes, unfortunately. It has something to do with this automobile accident that left his hands all mangled up, of course, beyond repair. However, okay, it's not all bad because thankfully there's this gifted surgeon whom, of course, decides to try this new procedure to replace his hands with a donor pair. So, okay, everything seems to be going a-okay. So it would seem anyway. But of course, the whole thing with the stuff, of course, murder spree and whatnot. So things get rather complicated, let's put it that way, of course. So obviously, it's not going according to plan. But clearly, of course, something like this is bound to happen, something that's quite out there. Yes, of course, the technique here, the operation is quite a success, of course, and he goes on to have this recovery that goes quite well, amazingly well, at least physically anyway. But yeah, it just seems like it's not going to stay like that forever. It doesn't seem like it's something good is going to stay something good forever, like at all. But anyway, that's basically what this is centered around with, of course. So yeah, that's ultimately what this is about. I can say that this is a pretty solid thriller horror kind of a thing, even though it might seem a bit dramatic. Well, of course it would, obviously. And that's how it is. That's how these things go. You have to have some kind of risk, some kind of conflict within the story here to make it seem like these characters are going through a rough patch, which of course they are. It's not something that's going to be wholesome. Of course, it's not something going to be happy-go-lucky. Obviously not. It's going to be the exact opposite of that. So of course, there's going to be some stuff that's not going to be quite right whatsoever, like at all. So of course that's going to happen. Obviously, we have to make it some kind of conflict within the story because okay, it was something I've said multiple times before, folks. If there's no conflict, then there's no drama. If there's no drama, then there's no story. And if there's no story, then there's no reason for me to care like at all. Anyway, this was a solid little low budget movie, of course. And but yeah, it has something bizarre going on, as you might expect. And that's fine. I didn't mind it really. I was fine with this kind of a thing. So of course, yeah, that's the thing though. When it comes to these types of movies, of course, it's going to be something that's quite odd. I don't mind it though. The weirder the better. That's at least as far as I'm concerned, anyway. But yeah, I do think that this is just one of these types of movies that you have to be in the mood for. Of course, it's not these types of movies that I can say that it's not it's not really a crazy a movie to be really Michael Bay type of thing. Really, it's not like that. But for what it's worth, it does what it's supposed to. I reckon it does what it's supposed to at the end of the day. Of course, there's not going to be lots of explosions, lots of stuff like that I might expect from these types of movies. But that's fine by me though. I don't like his work anyway. Come to think about it. But anyway, but whatever it gets, it's whatever. I prefer to watch a lot of these low budget stuff than a lot of the more mainstream stuff. If I'm gonna be honest with you, folks, that's just me though. That's just how these things are. When it comes to low budget features, they tend to be more experimental. So there's that. Okay, but yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I guess you're gonna say this probably has something to do with the fact that yes, a lot of studios will want the money back, which in some ways is understandable. If the director is going to spend a lot of money on a film, of course they want that plus profit, of course, plus profit. I mean, again, of course that's quite understandable, but in some ways it kind of gets in the way of creativity. You think about when it comes to low budget stuff, there's not much of a risk really, like at all, because it's not that much money being thrown at it in comparison to some other stuff. I reckon. But anyway, that's kind of, I guess you can use that as a way to at least attempt to be experimental. Of course, I guess. But like I said, this was a decent little movie. I would recommend it. And yeah, I do think that it's I've seen better horror films out there, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll give it an overall rating of a 6.6 out of 10. So I guess a 6.6 out of 10 for me. So of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh yeah, later. Oh yeah.